following contest is a last man standing match. Making his way to the ring from Amsterdam, Holland, weighing in at 215 pounds, the NXT champion.
What amazes me about Aleister Black is his ability to maintain complete composure before competing inside that ring, almost embracing the calm before the storm.
Black's a trained kickboxer, also studied the Indonesian martial art of pencak silat.
Former NXT champion was undefeated for a year upon his arrival in the WWE. Just an incredible presence when Aleister Black enters his battleground. Here's a man who's put the Cruiserweight division on the map in WWE.
Where it all began for Cedric Alexander.
And his opponent from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 200 pounds, the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Cedric Alexander.
Man's got hydraulics in his legs and dynamite in his fists. Cedric Alexander is fun to watch.
This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be number one.
Oof! Oh, man, what a boot!
Guys, one of my favorite matches from the In Your House era would have to be December 1996 Armageddon Rules match between the Executioner and the Undertaker, which many say was a precursor to today's Last Man Standing match.
As Byron was saying, Armageddon Rules was undoubtedly a precursor to today's Last Man Standing match. The difference then, however, was the referee began his 10 count only after his superstar pinned his opponent for the 3 count.
And on that night, as Vince McMahon said on commentary, the Executioner was executed by the Undertaker. I'm no mathematician, guys, but by my calculations, a Last Man Standing match is more than 3 times as brutal as a traditional match. After all, you only need to keep your opponent down for a 3 count in a traditional match.
Oh, it's not going to be good. This is not going to be... Oh, buster!
Jeez, that was nasty.
On the topic of traditional matches versus Last Man Standing matches, Corey makes a great point. In matches such as this, you have to keep your opponent down for a count of 10.
Which oftentimes results in increased brutality and danger, Michael.
Hooked up.
Harsh impact.
What a stop!
Good grief. Guys, we've seen some pretty creative finishes to Last Man Standing matches over the years, and perhaps one of the most creative took place at Extreme Rules 2010 when John Cena duct taped Batista's legs together.
Nailed it.
Now the old vicious head crank.
Look at the torque.
Oh my goodness, this hurts. Oh! Byron, regarding that Cena Batista match you mentioned, not only did the animal lose that night, but it was also likely one of the most embarrassing moments of his career.
Of course it was, Cole. Wouldn't you be embarrassed if you struggled to stand because your feet were taped together? Come on.
Wait a minute. Look who it is. Cedric Alexander really seems to thrive when it comes to tournaments. In 2016, he had a classic match against Kota Ibushi in the Cruiserweight Classic. 2 years later, a tournament got him in a championship match at WrestleMania.
What a punch! Byron mentioned Cedric winning his way to WrestleMania in 2018 via the Cruiserweight Championship. Well, I suspect we haven't heard the end of this, guys.
Yeah, but the point was clearly made, Michael, and that's what counts most.
It's no secret, guys, that the last man standing match tests a superstar like no other contest. Nowhere else do the rules dictate you must decimate your opponent so much that they cannot answer the count of 10. He's in full control now.
Cedric Alexander's in trouble. Cedric Alexander is not going to like this. The thing about the unique rules of this match, as Michael was saying, is that superstars will go to amazing extremes to keep their opponents down for a 10 count.
Oh, that's the truth, Saxton. Last Man Standing has definitely resulted in some unique usage of everything from weapons to pay-per-view sets and everything in between.
Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy.
Cedric Alexander's in trouble.
Waiting for the opportune time, guys.
This will not end well.
You know, I'd say matches like this really drive superstars to take risks they normally wouldn't take. An example.
Long way up in the electric chair. Oh, what a driver.
But he's got to capitalize now. The pitfalls of gravity, Michael.
To elaborate more than that unforgiven 2003 match Corey was talking about, that night we saw Shane leap off the top rope of the unforgiven set down toward his opponent, Kane.
And unfortunately for Shane, however, Kane moved at the last moment, and it was all academic from there. The referee could have counted to 100. Shane was not getting up.
Alexander's looking to end it.
Face plant.
Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys are.
But now, can Cedric capitalize? Taking out the arm, great strategy.
The ref wasn't finished. This match ain't over yet. Looking for the finish.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
And face first, flapjack.
He's not going to like this.
Boom, running FTO plants him.
Nicely done.
This has been a war. Flapjack! And Cedric Alexander is really taking a pounding. I have a feeling this isn't going to end well for him.
If you can't stand, you can't win a last man standing match. And this guy is dangerously close to not being able to stand.
Oh man, he has plenty of reason to be concerned here, guys. But you know what? So does his opposition. This is about as close as it gets.
He's done it. He's done it. I can't believe it.